Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have released a new set of Photoshop actions that I created using Photoshop CC. And what I've been doing lately with my artwork and my photography, I've been doing a lot of what is called scanography and taking scanographs. And essentially all that means is you find objects, they can be nature, they can be books, they could be vintage, little items that you've collected, and you put them on your regular printer if you have a scanner built into your printer, and you arrange them in a way that you would compose something that you were going to take a photo of with your actual camera. And the scanner is essentially just a very large digital camera that is on a flatbed system. So this is a really unique way to kind of take a different approach to traditional photography. So what I've done for my Scanographs is to create this black background that you're seeing here. I took a shallow cardboard box and I spray painted the interior of it with jet black spray paint. And I raise my scanner lid, I compose my objects the way I want them to be, and I put this black painted cardboard box over my screen. And what that does is it essentially acts as a modern day digital darkroom, in a word. And it blocks out all the light. You want to have all the lights in the room turned off as well, so you get the darkest black background that you can. And then you scan in your image, and then you proceed to edit it as you would any photo that you would take with a traditional camera. The other thing you can do is if you don't want the black background and you want the white background, all you would do then is you just would not use the dark box and you would put your flat items on your scanner bed, close the lid, and go ahead and scan from there, and then you'll get a perfect white background. Now, being that nothing is perfect, when I bring my scanned images into Photoshop, the first thing I do, and I've already done this for the sake of saving time, but I'll go ahead and show you. The first thing I do is I go to Image and Adjustments and my levels. And you can drag these sliders to make your background and your overall image darker and deeper. So I always do that when I scan a black background image. And the other thing you can do is oftentimes when you scan, you'll get dust or little flicks of stuff or little debris on your actual scanning bed. You can go into your image here once it's scanned in, and you can select your spot healing brush tool, and you can kind of click anywhere where there's like a little fleck of dust or some kind of tiny particle on your scanner bed. You can go ahead and remove that. So you would just find, I've already done that for this image, and I've also darkened it even more to make it deeper. Now what I'm going to show you today is some examples of my new action set that I've created, and I've created this specifically for scanography or scanographs, because the scanography really, to me, it ends up looking like something you would find in an antique store. And the other cool thing you can do, if you want the dark background, but you also want a lot of texture and grain, you can go ahead and put your image on the scanner, leave the lid open, turn off the lights, and it'll get just enough of a light leak from whatever light source you have that it will create kind of like a vintage grain or like a dusty aged fibrous kind of material onto your scanograph. It's really cool. Really what you need to do is just play around with this and know that it's not just a matter of finding something, throwing it on the scanner, and shutting the lid. A lot goes into this. You have to physically compose your shot instead of visually composing your shot if you would with a digital or film camera. Okay, so now I'm going to show you examples of all the actions in my new action set, and I named it Campfire. Now, I have not tested these extensively on portrait photography because that's not why I created them. I created them for still life and scanographs specifically. And I wanted to go with a fall theme because I really love the deep tones that you can get from scanned imagery. So the first one here that I'm going to show you is called Wheatfield, and I'm just going to play these for you and let you take a look at what these actions do. So this one is very subtle. This one kind of, you can see with my layer turned off and on, it's very subtle on this image. And you'll get a different effect based on whatever is going on over here. And then of course, as always, you can adjust the opacity of those layers to your liking. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Next up, we have brown berries. And these are fairly self-explanatory. Now, I did start on a very dark image. So, and again, you can adjust these. So you have a layer for your brown and a layer for your berries. So you can pull that down. You know, maybe you want something really dark and rich. Maybe you don't want the brown. Maybe you only want the brown. You can toggle these and do whatever suits the image that you have. And next up we have warm cider. This one is also pretty subtle. It kind of gives it like a, kind of like a not a champagne, a Merlot kind of tint and a little bit of a matte finish. It's very subtle, but you can see it on and off there. And next up we have goldenrod. This one is probably my favorite in this set. I absolutely love golden tones, and I really, really love this. Now, again, on this one, you can't see it as much because I already have so many golds and yellows currently in my image. So I'm actually going to open another image to show you. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my Scanography folder. And I'm going to show you an image I made the other day using this goldenrod action. So I really, really love this. I love how rich and dark and fall it is. And I just love it. So that's what you're going to get with this goldenrod action. I'm going to go ahead and keep treating this image right here. So the next up is First Frost. Now what this does is this kind of gives like a lacy, cool screen over your image. And of course, again, you can make this as strong or as weak as you prefer. So I'm going to take that out so I can continue on. And next we have Daylight Savings. This gives a really warm lavender purpley feel, and it kind of reminded me, the reason I gave it this name is it reminded me of how you can get those plums and purples during the fall sunsets. And I call it Turn Back the Clock. Gotta be a little cheeky, right? Okay, so we'll get rid of that. And next up we have Leaves Turning. This is going to give you a really bright, intense red-orange. And I kept it high because, you know, again, you can adjust this down to make it more subtle. Or if you want to be really intense with it, you know, depending on what your subject matter is, you can go really intense with this. And I think it looks really beautiful. Next up, we have Warm Blanket. And this, in my mind, I had an idea of like blue flannel pajamas and just how comfortable and warm and snuggly those are. And that's kind of the feeling that I brought to this action. And there's a final one called Blue Moon, which I'm not going to show you because it's a bonus action. So you will get that and see how that works if you purchase the sets. And today, and just today until midnight, today is election day. I hope everyone has voted. Just today until midnight on election day, I'm running a special on my website that includes this campfire action set, which is new. And it also includes my Lake Erie Summers and the extras that I created. And as well, but wait, there's more. And I also have created a set of Photoshop autumn themed brushes. And what I can do to show you those is I can open up the examples that I made and give you a look at these. So Photoshop brushes are very easy to use. They're very easy to customize and put your own spin on. For this one, I used some flowering pieces that had come off a lavender bush. This is from a tree in my yard that grows these little berries. This is a feather. These are 2 leaves that I just crossed over each other. This is a bundle of leaves I took from a tree. This was the leaf from my yard. These are 2 pieces of driftwood, and this is 3 feathers that I had. And all of these things I foraged for myself. The feathers came from the ocean or from Lake Erie. The driftwood also came either from the ocean in Florida or from Lake Erie. These leaves right here all came from either my yard or my neighbor's yards. I walk around and I collect things that I want to use in my artwork. So these are also included. And today only, all of these things are only $40. Tomorrow they'll be back to their normal prices. But these are really great actions. I have to say, even though I created them, I religiously use the actions that I create as opposed to buying ones that others have made. So there you go. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Please give this video a like if you found this helpful. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these things, I'm going to have all the details in the description bar below. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Please support women and women-owned businesses, especially small businesses. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. And again, I really hope you guys voted. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.